Journal entries. Every accountant starts here. And almost everyone gets confused at the same point, which side gets the debit, which side gets the credit. Sound familiar? A journal entry is the very first record of any financial transaction. Get this right, and everything downstream, your ledger, your trial balance, your final accounts, flows correctly. Miss it, and the error chases you all the way to month end. Every transaction has two sides. Always. This is the golden rule of double entry accounting. You buy a laptop for 50,000 Indian rupees cash. Two things happen: the laptop comes in, that's an asset going up. The cash goes out, that's an asset going down. One transaction. Two accounts. Both sides must balance. That balance is not optional. It is the entire system. So for the laptop purchase, the journal entry looks like this. Debit, computer equipment 50,000 Indian rupees. Credit, cash 50,000 Indian rupees. See it? Two sides. Equal amounts. One entry. This is double entry in its simplest form, and every journal entry you ever write follows this exact same logic. Now here's where most beginners freeze: which account gets the debit and which gets the credit? Here's the trick: use the DEAD CLIC rule. Assets and expenses increase on the debit side. Liabilities, income, and capital increase on the credit side. Write that down. Say it out loud: DEAD CLIC. Assets, expenses go debit. Liabilities, income, capital go credit. That one rule replaces 100 confusing textbook pages. Pin this on your wall. DEAD CLIC. Debit side increases, assets and expenses. Credit side increases, liabilities, income, capital. Every time you're stuck on an entry, come back to this. Which account type is it? Which direction is it moving? You have your answer. Let's walk through the 5 steps to write any journal entry. Step 1. Identify the transaction. What actually happened? Step 2. Identify the accounts involved. Which two accounts are touched? Step 3. Classify each account. Is it an asset, liability, income, expense, or capital? Step 4. Apply DEAD CLIC. Which direction is each account moving, up or down? Step 5. Write the entry. Debit first, then credit, always indented below. Picture a small tea shop. The owner pays 8,000 Indian rupees rent in cash for the month. Step 1. Cash payment for rent. Step 2. Rent expense and cash. Step 3. Rent is an expense, cash is an asset. Step 4. Expense going up, debit it. Cash going down, credit it. Step 5. Entry written. Clean, fast, correct. Here's a slightly trickier one: credit transactions. The tea shop owner buys goods worth 20,000 Indian rupees on credit from a supplier. No cash moves yet. Notice this: two accounts are still affected. Purchases is an expense going up, debit it. The supplier is now a creditor, a liability going up, credit it. Cash hasn't touched the entry at all. That's the beauty of the system. It records what happened, not just what was paid. The entry for credit purchases looks like this. Debit purchases 20,000 Indian rupees, expense going up. Credit creditor or accounts payable 20,000 Indian rupees, a liability going up. No cash account appears here at all. Later, when the payment is made, you record a second entry: debit the creditor, credit cash. Two entries. Two economic events. Both captured. Now, one mistake this trips up a lot of students. Compound journal entries. Sometimes a single transaction affects more than two accounts. You sell goods for 30,000 Indian rupees, the customer pays 20,000 Indian rupees cash and owes 10,000 Indian rupees on credit. 3 accounts in one entry. That's fine. The rule still holds: total debits must equal total credits. Always. One side cannot be bigger than the other. Ever. Here's the compound entry written out. Debit cash 20,000 Indian rupees. Debit accounts receivable 10,000 Indian rupees. Credit sales revenue 30,000 Indian rupees. Total debits 30,000 Indian rupees. Total credits 30,000 Indian rupees. Perfectly balanced. Multiple debits are allowed. Multiple credits are allowed. The only thing that's not allowed, an imbalanced entry. If your totals don't match, go back and find the error. Here's what you now know. Every transaction has two sides, always. Use DEAD CLIC to decide debit or credit. Follow 5 clear steps for every entry. Credit purchases need 2 separate entries, receipt and payment. And compound entries are fine, as long as totals balance. That is journal entry recording. Not magic. Just method. Try one entry tonight, just one, and you'll feel it click. You've got the foundation now, go use it. Next up, how journal entries flow into the ledger, and why that step matters just as much. And for your full +1 and +2 commerce notes that go with this video, head over to aces.education.